said he never smoked, he never drank, and his addiction was food, like many of us. It seemed like the older I get, the more I want sweets. But, you know, my numbers is looking real close to diabetes, right? I got too much other shit to be putting diabetes on top of it, okay? If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. I'm serious. This channel belongs to you all just as much as it belongs to me. Well, actually, you guys have more say-so than I do, because y'all be like, Nate, no. I'd be like, cannot? No. Answer no. I'd be like, damn, this say Uptown Nate Rob on the damn channel, but y'all motherfuckers run it. But anyway, let me take it back, okay? If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small $5 monthly fee, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about the Luther Vandross. All right, love bugs, I have a confession. Okay, so when we was reading the Aretha Franklin book, you know, it kind of piqued my interest, you know, even though we all know who Luther is, but it kind of like made me want to like research him a little more, because I can't lie, okay? When he was around there giving Aretha Franklin that work, I was like, oh my, Luther, oh my, I need to learn more. And that's when I found out he was an old Aries, right? But anyway, I was loving the Luther because he gave Aretha Franklin that work, right? Basically, you know how it went. Luther Vandross was like, Riri, I don't give a fuck who you are. I know you the queen of soul, but you're going to sing this song how I want you to sing it, okay? And if you don't, I'm going to take it back and I'm going to put it on my next album, okay? You know, Riri got herself together because eventually she jumped to it. So anyway, Luther Vandross' story starts inside of the belly, okay? And I know you like all of our stories start in the belly, but this is different, okay, than some of our stories, right? So anyway, Mother Vandross and Father Vandross used to go down there to the Audubon Ballroom and dance, okay? It was never a problem because she danced frequently with her husband at the Audubon Ballroom with all her children, okay? There are 3 older children, okay? Luther is the baby boy. The Vandross family consisted of 2 boys and 2 girls, okay? Luther, again, is the baby, right? So one time she is there with her husband at the Audubon Ballroom, shaking it up, and then she passes out. Okay, the next scene, she is at the Bellevue Hospital. Okay, we have a problem, Houston. What happens is the good doctor goes to Father Vandross and say, Mr. Vandross, I am sorry to tell you this, but we're not going to be able to save both of them. Okay, we need you to choose. Now, Father Vandross was like, look, I don't know that motherfucker. I don't know that new motherfucker in the belly. Okay, we got 3 other kids at home that I'm gonna need this lady to help me to raise. Okay, so answer no to the baby in the belly. Get my wife up out of here. We going back home to the rest of our kids. We'll be fine. But luckily, it did not work like that. Luther Vandross was born healthy on April 20th, 1951. Now, let's talk about something significant. Okay, but you wouldn't think it was significant, but I'm going to tell you why it's significant, okay? So anyway, while Mother Vandross was laying in the hospital bed, one of the hospital staff came in and said, Mrs. Vandross, would you like to give young Luther a middle name? Okay, name. All right. And on the side of her, there's a table that has a Ronzoni pasta ad. Ronzoni. Yeah, won't you? Yeah, my baby's name is going to be Ronzoni. Lady, yeah, go ahead and run this up. Luther Ronzoni Vandross, run that up. Now, you know that lady probably was like, you sure you want to name your black baby Ronzoni? You know black families already got a problem with naming babies all kinds of crazy names, but fuck it, if you like it, then I love it. Now, what's significant about the name Ronzoni is that nobody in his family refers to him as Luther, or lovingly how us black folk call him, Lufa, okay? His name is Ronnie, or Uncle Ronnie, short for, is it Ronzoni or Ronzoni? You know you love to correct me, so put it down below, okay? But that was his name. You know, in African American culture, you know, it is almost rare, not almost rare, but rare to find us without nicknames, you know, because that's our culture. My nickname is Nene, okay? Y'all call me Nay Rob. As I got older, I dropped one of the nays, and it is now Nay Rob. But honey, when I'm back home and somebody hit me with the Nene, I be like, oh fuck, oh God, he's gonna tell me about something dumb I did in the past, y'all. I'm telling you, every time, if I hear Nene and it's not coming from my family, I know that motherfucker's get ready to remind me of some dumb shit I did in the 80s. Anyway, right? Little Luther grew up in the projects called Alfred E. Smith on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. And like I said, Luther had a mother and a father, okay? Oh, that is a beautiful thing, okay, when it works well. But anyway, Luther's father passed when he was 8 years old, but he remembers his father fondly, okay? What he said was that at nighttime, his father would come into the room and wake up the boys, him and his brother. Right? And he would take them down there underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, this is on a school night, y'all. On a school night. Take them down there underneath the Brooklyn Bridge and tell them ghost stories and scare the hell out of them. Okay, now they did that for a long time until one of them teachers down there to the school had called the mother Vandross. I don't know what the hell you got going on at night. You know, we don't want this to be old CPS intervention. So what I need you to do is to figure out what's going on with Luther Vandross and why he keep falling asleep in school. This is where Luther's genius begins, okay? The mother said that young Luther could play piano by ear, okay? Now, me coming from D.C., right, experiencing that go-go culture, it is so much talent in D.C. D.C., I love you. You know, no matter what part of the city you from, there is so much talent. There are so many musicians there that never took a class, but they can play an instrument, right? Like Bette, the one that you guys love, who does the intro song for me. Listen, Bette's son, he is a superb percussionist already. I don't even think that little boy is 12. So I'm not surprised when the mother said that from a young age that he could pick up the piano, just as Aretha Franklin did the same. That's genius, you know? And that's probably the reason why Aretha and Luther Vandross both were so good at producing and arranging their own music. Anyway, moving forward, his mother was a part of a Pacino club, okay? Please don't tell me y'all don't know what the hell that is, because let me tell you something. I might can't play spades, but a bitch can definitely play Pacino. Okay, I know you like, Nay, how the hell is you 50 and don't know how to play spades? I don't know. What happens is the Pacino games will be hosted at different people's homes, okay? And what Luther Vandross' mother decided to do was to utilize her son Luther as the entertainment, because she said her son didn't want to play with toys, you know, and go outside and, you know, do the things that children back in the day used to do. Because, you know, the kids now, they don't go outside. They just watch YouTube and play fucking Fortnite. He didn't want to do the things that children did. He just wanted music. What do you want for Christmas? Oh, I'll take that new Sherelle album, please. So, like I said, she would bring Lil Luther with her on them Pacino party shindigs. Okay, and entertain the gals. Now, at age 13, a local DJ by the name of Maury the K. Okay, he promoted shows. And in these shows, sometimes he would have acts like the Drifters, the Shirelles, Patti LaBelle, and the Bluebells. And then this one woman came on. He never heard her before, but he heard the song. Anyone who had a heart, dun, dun, could look at me, dun, dun, and see that I love you. I didn't know that Dionne Warwick sang it first. I thought Luther sang it first. But it literally felt like there was a spotlight on Dionne Warwick and it was a spotlight on him. And he said in that moment, he felt their souls connect. Next comes the group Listen My Brother. Okay, this group is ran by the same people who runs the Apollo Theater. Okay, this group is also responsible for nurturing young black singers in the Harlem and the Bronx area. Okay, was it the Bronx? Yes, the Bronx area. This group is where he met his good friends, his lifelong friends, Nat Adderley, his music director, his background singer, Fonzie Thornton, and Robin Clark. Okay, and as of 2001, he said that he was still very good friends with all of them, okay? Now, Listen My Brother was the opening act for most entertainers who came to the Apollo Theater. His affiliation to the group garnered him and the others access to the shows. He acknowledged the privilege because the reason why I say it's privilege is because Luther Vandross is surely someone who had the talent, but also had the capability of being in places where his talent could be seen, you know, because I don't believe that Luther really had a hard time getting into the business. Like, I really think the business kind of just fell into his lap. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, he didn't work hard. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's just, life just worked out for him well musically. So now, Listen My Brother and Luther Vandross is on Sesame Street. In fact, they were on the very first show that aired in October of 1969. I think he said that they were there the entire season. So now let's talk about the rumors, okay? One of the rumors says that Luther Vandross was booed off of the stage 4 times at the Apollo, right? Answer no. He said that he appeared on the Apollo 4 times. He was not booed, but the situation was this. It was another group who sounded just like the Temptations. And no matter what, they would always win, okay? He wasn't booed, but he didn't win, okay? He said that the ladies loved the Mints, okay? Because like I said, they was down there singing them Temptation song. And you know, once a man get down on his knees begging, please, 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 it's hard for us to say no matter how fucked up the nigga is, you know, because they control us mentally and we control them physically. I told you that before. Ladies, remember that. You're welcome. They control us mentally, we control them physically. He said that it was a reality check for him, okay? He knew that he was good. He knew that, that he had talent, but he also understood that that people were fickle, okay? And, they like the ninjas. And to me, that kind of told me that Luther was like, okay, I know what I am and who I am. We'll get to it later. But I can't let these ladies know who and what I am because that may affect my business. So now he is there at Western Michigan University. Now, let me tell you this little trick bag, right, that almost bit him in the neck, right, or the ass or whatever, his pickle, wherever, in his jerry curl, wherever, right? So he inside of the dorm, and he said it was a lot of singers there also. So they would sit around and they would talk. But Luther Vandross felt like, oh no, I just can't be regular like them. So he told them that his sister was Dionne Warwick. He laughed about it, It was funny until his roommate won backstage passes to see the one and only Dionne Warwick. The guy came and was like, hey, I'm about to go see your sister. Luther Vandross sweating bullets, but he still ain't about to admit that he lied about him and Dionne Warwick being sister and brother. Okay, so the roommate goes on to the show. He gets backstage with Dionne Warwick. The roommate says, listen, I know your brother. You know, he's my roommate at West Michigan University. Dionne Warwick is like, what the are you talking about? Now, the funny part is, so many people started coming to her saying that your brother Luther Vandross, she said she just started going with it. Fuck it then. Dionne Warwick had told the roommate, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. What are you talking about? When the roommate got back to talk to Luther, oh, she's tripping. She mad at me right now. My sister always doing dumb shit like that. Child. And it worked. Now, nonetheless, Luther Vandross completed his first year of college, but never went back. Why? Because college was in the way of his musicianship, child. I can't be working on these goddamn books when I got songs to write and things to do. Now, what's beautiful to me is that when he told his mother, Ma, I'm leaving college, she did not, let's say, persecute him or punish him or make him feel bad. When I told my mother I was dropping out of college, I thought she was going to kill me. She hit me with the Claire Huxtable, Nay, you owe me $70,342.96. Nonetheless, I went back to college, okay? Because she was on my neck until I did go back to college and finish my degree, or at least my second degree. Right? She wasn't like that. Probably because she knew her son had talent. She watched her son play piano by ear at a very young age. She knew what he was capable of. So she believed in him and she supported him and she didn't worry him about not completing his education. Now, Luther Vandross says his career started with jingles. He started in 1977 and did it for about 5 years, to include an Army commercial, a Be All You Can Be military commercial. I really think it's an Army commercial, a Miller beer commercial, Geno's Pizza commercial, a NBC commercial, a Pepsi commercial, and many more. He said the jingles afforded him the capability to move the hell out of the project and move his mother up out of the projects, okay? So them jingles was lucrative. Luther Vandross reflects back on his relationship with Whitney Houston, my baby. He said he's known her since their youth. Whitney's mother, Sister Houston, used to hire him and her to sing backgrounds with her on sessions that she contracted. Okay. Luther Vandross says that he knew two things about Whitney Houston: that they sang beautifully together, and two, that she was going to go very far. Now, because Luther Vandross was speaking so lovingly about his good friend Whitney Houston, I came across another interview of Whitney Houston speaking so lovingly about Luther. What she said was that Luther Vandross had wrote her a note telling her that she was going to be one of the greatest singers ever. It was true. Right? And she said at that time of the interview that she still had the note. I thought that was beautiful. By happenstance, Luther Vandross ran into some producers that was working on a project. This particular project was the black version of The Wizard of Oz, The Wiz. And that's how he helped to create that soundtrack. Now enters David Bowie and the Young American Hook, okay? The story goes like this. He's in the studio with some producers, helping them out, okay? Now, they're working on the song Young American, right, by David Bowie, right? Luther Vandross says, I don't know, it needs something, the hook. And that's when he started singing Young American, David Bowie right there. He right there. On the outside at the, the controls or whatever, right? Beep, beep. Who is that? That's Luther, sir. Tell him I said, come here. He's working with David Bowie, not only on that song, but on tour with him, okay? So a lot of things, like I say, keep falling in his lap. Luther Vandross said that he was jealous of his counterparts, not like the green-eyed monster jealous, but he was jealous because he mostly sang backup for white artists, okay? His colleagues were singing backups for the female acts that he loved, like Chaka Khan, okay? He felt like, well, I'm just as good as them. Why am I not being paid attention to? Until Roberta Flack came into the picture. Now, the next stop for Luther Vandross is Chic. I don't even know if Luther Vandross was on the album, okay? I don't know, okay? Maybe he was just the backgrounds for them, but he was very prominent. Dance, 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 keep on dancing, dance, 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 dance. It was so funny now that I'm researching him. I'm like, God damn it, that is Luther's voice. But I don't know if he was on the album, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I should look it up. But I don't think he was on the album. I think he was just background for Chic. But he was with them, okay? Yowza, yowza, yowza. I want to give it to you. In 1979, Luther Vandross is working with Change, okay? Change goes to him and says, hey, look, Luther, we want you to come to the forefront and sing for us. Okay. He sang Searching and Glow of Love, okay? Luther Vandross gave him two requests, or gave them two requests. The first one was, if I don't like it, throw the shit away, period. Okay, period. They said, okay, we can do that. The next one is, I want my name on the album. They gave it to him. Getting back to Roberta Flack. Remember how I told you that Luther Vandross was jealous of his friends because his background singer friends was working for, you know, black artists like Chaka, Dionne Ward, Donna Summer, all of them people, okay? And he round here singing with Clarence Clearwater's, I don't know the name of them people. I don't know. Bill Crosby, Stills and Nash. I don't know. Okay. But he working with all the white people, right? So he in his feelings, right? So Roberta Flack saw his ass and was like, oh my, I got to get this ninja. So now Luther Vandross is working for her. Or her intentions were very good. What she did was she went to him, she stepped to him and said, it's time for you to get out the background, brother. It's time for you to pursue your own solo career. Luther Vandross said, the bitch fired me. I didn't fire him. I just opened the door for his next opportunity. Luther said, the bitch fired me. What happened was he didn't spend any of his money that he made while touring with Roberta Flack. He came up with the idea that, you know what, I'm going to produce my own album or my couple of songs or whatever, or my demos for my couple of songs first to sell it to these mother hunchies to let them know that I'm worth it, right? So what he did was he went to his friends, that would be Nat, Robin Clark, Fonzie, and said, listen, I don't have no money to pay you, but can you please work with me? You know, I'll get you later, but can you work with me? And because they were all friends who grew up in the business together, they took care of it. One of the songs that he produced with the help of his friends for free was Never Too Much. Oh, we know that joint is a banger, right? But it didn't matter because whatever record label he took it to, they told him answer no. So now, like I was saying, all the record labels is telling him no, right? So he go back to Roberta Flack because she still loves him. She has his best interest at hand. She's the one that's pushing him to be greater, okay? Now, Luther go back and be like, can I get my job back? Because all these people was telling me no, okay? Roberta said, no, what the So she grabs Luther by the hand. She said she literally, come on, we got somewhere to go. 'Cause you know, okay. Now they went to Atlanta and met with this lawyer dude from Locke and Arnold. Okay. And they signed him immediately. We all know that first album was huge. It went platinum on Epic. Then comes the string of amazing albums consisting of his many hits. Now we're going to get to Luther's Demons. Okay. When Don Cornelius decided to do the Soul Train Awards, he contacted Dionne Warwick and Luther Vandross to host the show. He loved it. Okay. The problem comes in when the second year, Don Cornelius called Luther Vandross and Dionne Warwick again to come back and do the second show. Dionne Warwick calls Luther, baby, they want us again. Luther Vandross say, answer no, I can't do it, Dionne. Well, what the fuck is wrong with you, Luther? He said, baby, I done gained about 90 pounds and I cannot go in front of these people that I was 90 pounds lighter and then now I'm over here 90 pounds heavier. I can't do that. I just can't face the scrutiny. Now, this is where Luther Vandross admits that he has always had trouble with his weight, okay? He has always toggled somewhere around 300 pounds. He said he never smoked, he never drank, and his addiction was food, like many of us. It seemed like the older I get, the more I want sweets. But, you know, my numbers is looking real close to diabetes, right? I got too much other shit to be putting diabetes on top of it. Okay? Whitney Houston gives an example of Luther's insecurities about his weight. He said one time they were somewhere having dinner, and Luther has said to Whitney Houston, look, that one right there. See how good that waiter's clothes fall on him? That's exactly the way it's supposed to look. Just like that. I want to look like that. And Whitney Houston's response to him was, but Luther, he can't sing. Yeah, I know, but I want to look like him. You know, see how he's shaved? You know, he's perfect. Whitney responded again, but Luther, he can't sing. Whitney said that all she wanted for her friend, Luther Vandross, was for him to be healthy. That's it. Wrapping up the food addiction situation, right? Luther Vandross said that he has always been a yo-yo dieter, okay? His extreme weight loss, we can see, is all over the internet, all over it. Skinny loofah, big loofah, skinny loofah, big loofah. And he said the drops would always be between 110 or 120 pounds. That can't be healthy. He said at the time of doing this particular interview, him and his band had incorporated a healthier lifestyle. He felt better. He's now doing step aerobics 5 days a week at that time, and that his support system was very strong. And he felt really good about where he was health-wise. Let's get to more rumors. When Luther addresses the question of his sexuality, he stands firm and says that that's none of nobody's fucking business, right? It is nobody's business. And the only big mouth that told his business was that goddamn Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle, you big mouth bitch.
Vandross' sexual orientation was a subject of media speculation. Though he never came out as a gay or bisexual, you had to be wearing blinders, according to Gene Davis, a television producer who worked with Vandross. Everybody in the business knew that Luther was gay. In 2006, Bruce Vilanch, a friend and colleague of Vandross, told Out magazine, he said to me, "No one knows I'm in the life." He had very few sexual contacts, according to Vilanch. Vandross experienced his longest romantic relationship with a man while living in Los Angeles during the late 1980s and early 1990s. In December 2017, his friend Patti LaBelle confirmed that Vandross was gay. Didn't I tell you that goddamn Patti LaBelle had a big-ass fucking mouth?
And I know she was coming from a loving place, but that wasn't your shit to tell, brother. That wasn't, oh, sister, Patti. You know, I love me to Patti. You are my friend. And because I feel like Luther, just like Freddie Jackson, said the same damn thing that always tells us, I will not dignify that question with an answer. That means yes. Okay? Just know that. When a motherfucker's not going to answer, the answer is yes. Okay, I'm not going to answer that question. You don't have to, because it means yes. He stood firm in the fact that that's none of y'all's business who I'm sleeping with. I'm here to sing for you and entertain you, not let you know what's going on in my bedroom. Thank you, Jesus, that Luther Vandross was not around during the time of the internets or the internets. You know why? Because they would have pictures of his ass everywhere. Tagline, exposing Luther Vandross. Exposing Luther Vandross's lover. Okay, because exposing pays a lot of money. The next rumor was that he kicked the bucket. Dionne Warwick, she spoke on it, and Valerie Simpson. He loves Valerie Simpson too. The rumor was that he kicked the bucket, right? Dionne Warwick called, baby, I thought you was dead. Luther Vandross was like, no, I can't be dead. I'm right here. Baby, they talking about you dead, baby. He's like, no, I ain't dead. So I don't recall that rumor. If y'all recall the rumor that Luther kicked the bucket, then let me know down in the comments. Now, this is the thing. At that time, you know, this is when people were still very ignorant in regards to the reality of HIV and AIDS. And because his weight fluctuated up and down, I believe that people assumed that he was HIV positive or had AIDS. Because around that time, we didn't really have a cure for AIDS then. It was still a myth to us. I mean, we knew more than what we knew in the 80s, but not as much as we know now. I can understand why they thought that he was sick. But the fact of the matter is, Luther Vandross said that he has never been sick outside of his weight issues, okay? He spoke about his diabetes. Next, Luther Vandross is discussing how he is the remaining child of all his siblings and how hard it was for him mentally. I believe that him and Aretha shared that same pain of being the last child left. Luther Vandross said that he continued to love his siblings through his nieces and nephews. Subsequently, he sang So Amazing to his niece at her wedding. He said he wasn't singing as Luther Vandross. He was singing as Uncle Ronnie. Vandross suffered from diabetes and hypertension. On April 16th, 2003, Vandross suffered a severe stroke at his home in New York and was in a coma for nearly 2 months. The stroke affected his ability to speak and sing and required him to use a wheelchair. He passed July 1st, 2005. Vandross's funeral was held at Riverside Church in New York City on July 8th, 2005. Cissy Houston, mother of Whitney Houston, sang at the funeral service, among many others, okay? But Vandross was entombed at the George Washington Memorial Park in Paramus, New York, or New Jersey. Now, love bugs, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. Now, remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You have a good one. Peace.